So hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about that why I still think that Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy might be the same person. And this theory is actually my favorite theory because in this theory I have actually taken the lore and the theories that we have of the One Piece world, and then I have combined them with the general consensus that we have of Davy Jones. And my theory is that maybe Joy Boy and Davy Jones were not actually two different characters, and they were actually one character. And why I think that is because maybe Joy Boy was not actually the real name of Joy Boy, and maybe his real name was actually Davy Jones, and people just started calling him Joy Boy after a point of time, just like we see in the series, because Luffy's full name is Monkey D. Luffy, but we see that many people just call Luffy Straw Hat Luffy, or many people just even call Luffy Straw Hat. And there are many theories that maybe Joy Boy was actually the first pirate of the One Piece world, so he was the first person who actually became a pirate in the One Piece world. And there are also theories that the crewmates of the first pirate or Joy Boy were the first people who actually added a D to their name and were the ancestors of the characters that we are watching right now. I mean the characters that have the D in their name. And if all these theories are true and you try to compare all this with my theory, maybe the D in their name actually stand for Davy Jones, who was actually their captain, and also he was Joy Boy. And just think for once, if the D in their name actually meant like a devil or a demon, maybe the name given to them by Imu or the world government, do you really think that they will had to wear this name with very much pride that they do? Like they are very proud to have the D in their name even after they have been declared the enemy of the world government and the celestial dragons. And that's why I think that if they are taking the name of the D with such pride, and I think that there could only be two reasons for that. Either it actually stands for Davy Jones, their captain, or maybe Joy Boy, or maybe it is actually connected to the dawn of the world or the half moon. Like there are many theories about that as well. And in One Piece, not all the characters that have D in their name come from a single place or single origin point. They are actually scattered all over the world, and not even all the characters that have D in their name are very strong fighters. Like Trafalgar Laws family, they were a family of normal doctors. And don't you think if the Trafalgar Laws family actually knew that D actually stood for the devil, or they were somehow actually the greatest enemy of the planet or the gods, they would have actually hid the D in their name and actually never told Law that he was a D. I mean, if he knew that, he would definitely be in danger. I mean, like after Law found out that D were the enemies of the god, he started hiding the D in his name. And just like him, I think that if everyone that had the D in their name actually knew that they were the enemy of the gods and the devils, I think that they would actually hide the D in their name so that they could be safe from the world government for a long amount of time. But in the story we have seen that they actually do not do that. They actually wear the D in their name with a amount of pride, like, I guess. And that's why I think that maybe the people who have the D in their name wear the name of the D with such pride, because so like maybe the original crew members of Joy Boy or Davy Jones actually added the D to their name after the death of their captain Davy Jones. I mean like a honor to Joy Boy, I guess. And the second reason for me believing that maybe Davy Jones and Joy Boy were actually the same person is that because in One Piece we are told by Robin that the Davy Jones locker is said to be at the bottom of the sea, and all the pirate ships that get destroyed and the treasure actually end up at the bottom of the sea, and it is called the Davy Jones locker. What I believe is that maybe the Davy Jones locker and the One Piece, or maybe the island of Laugh Tale where the One Piece is, where Joy Boy actually put his treasure. In One Piece I think that they might be the same place. Like Davy Jones and Davy Jones locker and the Laugh Tale are actually the same place at the bottom of the sea. And maybe you could also take it as a metaphor, like it is said that all the treasure end up at the Davy Jones locker, and maybe all the treasure that we are hearing here are actually the part of One Piece. And recently we found out that the sea in the One Piece world, in the past it was not as big as it is right now, and the sea was actually not that deep, and all the islands were kind of connected to each other. And so maybe at that time Joy Boy actually put his treasure in the Laugh Tale Island, and after a point of time when the sea started increasing or growing, maybe the treasure of One Piece actually ended up at the bottom of the sea. Or maybe it was just an island. After the sea got so big, no one actually was able to find that island. Because when we were shown that the Roger Pirates have found the island of Laugh Tale and the treasure of One Piece, we are told that no one has set foot on the island of Laugh Tale for like 800 years. and this was the first time in 800 years that some people has come to the island of Laugh Tale. And so it means that in that 800 years that has passed, no one has been to the Laugh Tale island before the Roger Pirates. And if Davy Jones and Joy Boy were actually the same person, maybe the way he used to recruit his crewmates in maybe like some kind of technique or some kind of game, and in the future that same way was actually named Davy Back Fights. And maybe it could be framed like the Davy Back Fights are named after Davy Jones, maybe because he was the first pirate in the One Piece world, and the way he actually gathered his crew and recruited his crewmate was actually known as the Davy Back Fights. And what I think that maybe after a certain point of time, maybe people actually forgot that Davy Jones and Joy Boy were actually the same person. Maybe it is similar to the kind that we saw that maybe most of the people do not know that Nika actually had two names, the Destroyer and the Liberator. And people only remember Nika the Liberator. And just like that, after 800 years have passed, people have actually forgotten that Davy Jones and Joy Boy were actually the same person, and Davy Jones was maybe the real name of Joy Boy. Or maybe after just a long time has passed, maybe the people in the world have actually separated the two characters of Davy Jones and Joy Boy. And even after reading the new chapter and finding out that Davy D. Jones is the real name of Davy Jones and he is also the ancestor of the Davy clan, I still think that it is possible that Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy were the same person. And my main reason for believing it is that the island that we are seeing right now is named God Valley, and I think that there might be a reason for that. And I think that maybe because Davy D. Jones was born on God Valley and he was also Joy Boy, so maybe it was the island was named God Valley after the death of Joy Boy, and maybe it was named God Valley to honor him. Most probably because Joy Boy was actually the god of the void century. And I understand if you still do not agree on my theory of this, but I think that it is confirmed that Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy were from the same generation, and maybe Davy D. Jones was the rival of Joy Boy or a crewmate of Joy Boy. But now I most probably think that maybe he was a part of Joy Boy's crew. But here there is another thing that you could notice, that Emu actually wants to eliminate all the members of the Davy clan, and he hates the Davy clan a lot. And till now that we have seen of Emu, I think that Emu definitely hates Joy Boy the most in the world, and obviously he is also the most scared of Joy Boy as well. And so I think that maybe Emu is trying to eliminate the Davy clan because he thinks that maybe the Davy clan members could do something like the Joy Boy did, because all the Davy clan members belong from the Joy Boy's bloodline. So to prevent that some new god emerges, like some new sun god Nika, maybe Emu is trying to eliminate the whole Davy clan. And that's why I think that it is possible that Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy were the same person. But these are just my theories, and if you like the video, drop down a like, subscribe to my channel, and keep theorizing.